What's going on, Nerd Army guys? Welcome to the newest episode of Nerdsmerized. Today, guys, we are going to continue our journey into the world of Game of Thrones. Today, we are going to continue with season number 3, episode number 3, Walk of Punishment. So, guys, let's get right into this episode and check it out. So, we start off this episode with a pretty sad moment, but a humorous moment at the same time. So, Robb's grandfather is being pushed out for his celebratory pyre. He's being burned on a little ship on the water. And the shitty archer keeps missing. This motherfucker misses 3 times to light the pyre on fire. So, the leader of his guard walks up, pushes this motherfucker out of the way, pulls that shit back, and boom, just blast it. One shot without even hesitating. He knows he's got it. He knows he's hitting the pyre just like he wants it, hitting the ship so it can light up and burn the king. Yeah, so he does, and he just is the most gangster about it. Dink! Just walks away. Fuck you guys, I got this. Peace. And just walks away. And that shit gets lit up, and the other guy's like, fuck. The same asshole that missed the 3 shots and is a horrible archer tells Robb that, hey, don't worry, I sacrificed 208 of our men so I could take this mill. And Robb's like, why the fuck did you do that? I told you to fucking wait, let them come to you. If they came to you, handle it. But why'd you sacrifice all these fucking men that we don't have to sacrifice to get this fucking mill, you piece of shit? He is so pissed. Robb is losing it. Cersei and Tyrion play musical fucking chairs in the new council chamber because Cersei wants to sit next to Daddy instead of Littlefinger and Varys taking the first 2 spots. So she drags a fucking chair all the way around. Tyrion's like, fuck you guys. He drags a chair to the end. He's almost sitting at the end of this table. Fuck y'all. And it's just hilarious. I'm laughing because Tywin is just sitting there like, you stupid sons of bitches. During this council meeting, Tyrion is actually announced as the new Master of Coins. So he is actually in charge of all the finances for the capital and King's Landing. So let's see how well this works. Because he kind of explains that, I'm good at having a limitless freaking amount of money I could spend my whole life has not taught me how to take care of it. I mean, he's not wrong. So we follow up with Brienne and Jaime, who are tied back to back on a horse, and they are cruising through the forest with these assholes that caught them. And he is telling her, tonight when we get to their camp, you're going to be raped over and over and over and over. I hope you're ready for that. And he tells her, if you resist these guys, they're just going to knock your fucking teeth out and do it anyways. So you might as well just let it happen. And she's like, I'm supposed to let these motherfuckers handle me? Just get my shit? Hell no. He said, just calm down. You're just going to have to let it happen and pretend it's Renly. And she's just like, I'm going to stab this son of a bitch. So we go back to Arya and everyone. Arya's bitching, Gendry's blacksmithing, and Fatty's fucking eating and making bread. So he made such good bread, the innkeeper actually takes him as payment for all the shit that these guys have eaten without repaying it. So yeah, he just gets voluntarily given away to the innkeeper to be a bread maker. So Fatty's good at something. It just ain't fighting. No more hot pie. Well, at least that's more food for the rest of the country. Catelyn and her uncle reminisce about her father and all the great times they had, but then she breaks down and tells him that she's worried about Bran and Rickon, and she's just destroyed that her kids are probably dead. And he says, you can't think like that. You need to stay positive. You got to be the strength for Robb, because if you tell Robb his 2 little brothers have been murdered, he's just going to lose it. He's going to fall apart, and he won't be able to be the king that everyone needs. So Robb's wife shows up, and she is treating the little Lannisters that have been captured and are being held there by Robb and his forces. She is treating all their injuries, and they ask, is what they say about Robb Stark true? Can he transform into a wolf? And she's all, yeah. And he's all, what does he do? And she's all, well, he eats children usually. But it's only during the full moon. And she looks to one of the guards. It's not a full moon, is it? And he's all, no, not for a few days. She's all, good. You guys are safe. I love that she's fucking with the Lannister children. It's great. Then we go back over the wall and we see a bunch of pieces of horses all chopped into a bunch of fucking pieces and scattered in this crazy looking pattern out in the middle of the snow. And yeah, this is fucking crazy. Holy shit, what did this? And it has to be White Walkers. So the king beyond the wall orders some of his men to climb the wall and wait for his signal fire. As soon as he sees it, it's going to be the biggest fucking signal fire anyone's ever seen. And yeah, you'll know to go. Just wait for my signal. So the Night's Watch head back to the perv's house who fucks his daughters. And yeah, one of his daughters, the one that Sam's kind of in love with because she talked to him, yeah, she's actually giving birth to a son. So when the son comes out, Sam's there watching and he's like, oh shit, and kind of like runs away. But that's fucked up because he gives away his sons. He gives them to the White Walkers. They fucking eat his sons, essentially, is what I think happens at least. But it's fucked up. He sacrifices his sons, keeps his daughters so he can fuck his daughters and make more kids. So yeah, that's pretty fucking disgusting. So Theon is rescued and set off on a horse, and the guy just tells him, travel fucking that way. I'll catch up with you. Stannis is essentially begging Melisandre to stay on the beach as she say, no, I have to go. I will return. You're going to win this war. I'm not leaving your side, but I have to go do this for the Lord of the Light. He wants me to do something, and I got to go do what he asks. I'll be back. And so Stannis is like uneasy about her leaving altogether. So Raz and Pog are actually moving a bunch of books in Baelish's office to another area for Tyrion because now he's the record keeper and the bookkeeper. So they're moving these books, but the whole time they're loading these books into the little wagon, Pog is just staring at her tits. He's just like, boobies. It was fucking funny. He's just totally staring and she knows it. She's like, hey, what's that? Tyrion, Bronn, and Pog head to this special room inside the whorehouse, and yes, it's a special room, and Tyrion walks around the room to all these curtains where the curtains open and they're different ladies. There's 3 different beautiful women there, and he's all, for saving my life, Pog, I'm going to give you all 3 of these ladies. Here's enough coin to pay for me. He drops that shit on the table. And then they start going after Pog hard, lucky little bastard. So then we see Pog show up back with Tyrion and Bronn, and looking very satisfied, but he's carrying the entire coin purse of money. And he tosses it back on the table. Didn't need this. And he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, they didn't make me pay. And so he is like, holy shit, just sitting there looking like a stud. And Bronn and Tyrion are like, holy fuck, get some cups, get some wine. Let's hear the details. We want every detail. We want to know how you were able to go to 3 whores and smash on all of them and not pay a dime. Holy shit. So Theon is hauling ass. He's getting chased by these motherfuckers, and they found him. The guys that were torturing him found him. They're chasing his ass down through the forest, and he gets knocked off his horse real hard by a fat, like freaking big old mace just cracking him in the chest. And the guys get down there off their horse, and they're like, you know what we do to motherfuckers that run? All right. Flip him over, and he starts to pull, they all pull his pants down. He starts pulling his pants down. This dude's about to get up there and butt fuck Theon for trying to run away. Are you fucking kidding me? Is there not better ways to punish this motherfucker instead of putting your cock in his ass? It's fucked up. It's pretty gross on your side, too. Dany makes a deal with this motherfucker that has the army, 1 dragon for all 8,000 soldiers, and she has her army to take back her throne. So it seems like a fucking steep trade. Like a dragon would be way more expensive than a fucking little army. I mean, let alone, it's 8,000 crazy awesome fucking murdering soldiers that have no filter and no fucking emotions. But it's a dragon. There's only 3 in the world. But after Theon's about to get butt raped, his rescuer shows up and saves his life. Good on him. So they start heading off and he's rescuing Theon. Let's get the fuck out of here before more show up. Peace. So Brienne, they arrive at the camp. Brienne is being taken. Who's got this bitch first? They're going to start running a train on her, passing her around, letting everyone rape her. And right as they're taking her off to the woods to go get raped, for the first time to start it off before the sloppy 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th starts, Jaime's like, you know where she's from. She's Brienne of Tarth. You know what Tarth is famous for? Sapphire mines. They are known as the Sapphire Islands because they have the biggest sapphire mines and supply all the sapphires to all of Westeros. So if you let her live with her dignity intact, not being raped, you could probably sell her for her weight in sapphires to her father. And he's like, you know what? Bring that bitch back over here. She worth some money. We ain't gonna fuck her. We'll wait till we get some whores in the next town. But all in all, he might have done something good. Jaime might have saved Brienne from getting raped, but Jaime is getting led around by these fucking guys, and they're making him think that he's got on their good side, and they're going to let him do some shit. And this motherfucker turns around and chops his right hand off. Chops Jaime's sword hand clean the fuck off. And that's where this shit ends. So I gotta say, guys, my favorite part had to have been Jaime getting his fucking hand chopped off, but there was some pretty gangster parts, like Pog handling 3 hyenas. 3 of them. for his first time and fucking him so good he didn't have to pay for the horse. This dude's got to be hung like this or something. I don't know, guys. Who fucking knows? But he rocked their world. Holy shit. All right, guys, let me know what your favorite part of this episode was down in the comments down below. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with all the videos we put out every week, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, share it with all your friends, and I will see you next time while we continue our journey into the world of Game of Thrones. All right, guys, see you next time. Peace out.